Hello, my super Scorpio, and welcome to your moon reading. This is just a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, if you haven't had a chance to check out the other readings on my channel, please do so. If you like this, please do hit the like, subscribe, share, notification bell, leave a comment, all that other great stuff. I would super appreciate it. Helps me grow my channel, means a lot to me. I would appreciate it very much. If you want to check out my Etsy channel, I do have that linked as well in case you want to purchase a private reading via video link or a Zodiac themed cup or candle. Otherwise, let's get right at it here. So the 7-card moon circle starts with the first position, which is indicative of what you're facing now or what you're in. The second position is what got you into this first position. The third position is similar to a traditional challenge card in tarot in that it's what's keeping you in this position or challenge. The fourth card is your optimal outcome should you follow your fifth, sixth, and seventh cards. And of course, we'll go through these one at a time so that if you're having any issues seeing here, hopefully you're not, but if you are, we'll go through them one at a time so we can get clarification on those. Alrighty. So the first position here we have is trust. Okay. So I do feel like for a lot of you, you are having trust issues, trust concerns. And for some of you, this is likely caused by an underlying issue where I feel like you've been in a situation, whether it be your job, whether it be a relationship, a family member, somebody like that has really rocked your trust, okay? They've done you wrong. They may be continuously doing you wrong, not, in a way that is kind of egregious, but perhaps just long-term, right? Passing you over for those raises, promising you promotions that you're not getting. It's a relationship where, you're constantly getting the short end of a stick, or they're kind of overshadowing you or treating you in a way that may not be, abusive or narcissistic in that regard. And it very well could be, but it may not be that bad, but they're just not doing you right. Okay. So your trust in people in general or things like that are just kind of shaken. Okay. But on the other hand, for some of you, this is completely an egregious, breach of trust that's put you in this position. You've really been shaken to your core because somebody is really, 10 of swords type stabbed you in the back. Okay. Unfortunately. But also for a lot of you, you are in this non-trusting type of protective mode where you've kind of gone into that fight or flight mode, right? Because of this. And it could be that you don't even trust yourself anymore because of this situation, right? You've gone into that, I don't know if I can even rely on myself to do the basic things I need to do to survive, right? Maybe you've been in these situations so long, you don't know if you can, go anywhere else for a job. You don't know if you can survive on your own. You don't know if you can financially make it outside this relationship. And again, if this person is a narcissistic or abusive type person, they may have tried to convince you of this. So there's a lot of trust layers here that you're having problems with, I think. Not just in other people, but maybe even having trouble trusting in yourself. So you've just kind of gone into this protective sense where you're living this resiliency, okay? And that's where this card comes in. This is what's kind of got you into that. And it's almost a catch-22 because being resilient is a fantastic, position, a fantastic, characteristic that you have that ability to be resilient, but you only want to have to be resilient in emergency situations or in really dire situations. You want to be able to bounce back from a once in a lifetime event that's horrible, or someone's passing, things that can't be avoided. You don't want to have to live a resilient life, right, where every day you're having to rebound from something somebody's done to you that day, right? Nobody wants to live like that. But I feel like because you're resilient, you've kind of gotten in a position where you've made this your lifestyle almost, okay? You've kind of gotten so used to it that you've made it a way of life more so than, just an attribute you could fall back on in times of dire need, right? And so that's kind of where this has kind of gotten you into trouble, okay? Because you've kind of accepted so much that you've gotten into this position where people have taken advantage of that. They're like, oh, well, he or she keeps taking it. They keep being able to handle it. So as long as they're going to continue to stick around, handle it, rebound from it, I'm just going to keep giving it to them. They're taking your kindness for weakness. They're taking your resiliency for being able to walk all over you. And that's part of the problem here. And what's keeping you in it is your path. And I think this is the situation, your path here, the fact that you don't really have a clear path is what's keeping you in it, right? And again, I think part of this is you haven't had time to really reflect and design your own clear path, because again, you're in a fight or flight mode. You're in a resiliency mode. And anytime you are just living to survive from day to day, you are just constantly on the defensive. You're just constantly on the bounce back. You're just trying to make it from one day to the next. You don't get a chance to kind of plan the life that you want, right? And so this is not clear for you. You don't have a clear plan of what you would love your life to be like. And until you have a plan in place, you can't actually put action into place, right? So this not being clear for you, not having the chance to even develop a clear plan of what you want, what you can dream of, what you want to make into reality, because you're just barely making it through, is keeping you kind of in this circle. You're just consistently just beating your head against the wall, taking one step forward and two steps back, right? But what's your optimal outcome is balance. And balance for you is kind of finding your center, finding what makes you happy, finding what you can enjoy, finding your peace, finding something that you like, without feeling like you're overstressed, overtaxed, without having to be resilient every day, right? Just a nice balance. You're not asking for the world. You're not trying to take over the universe, but you're also not trying to be beat down every day. You just want a nice, even balance. And I think this is completely the outlook you're going to get. But how do you get there, right? That's your main thing, right? You want to know, okay, great, lady, of course, but how do I get there? Well, the first thing is you need to find abundance, okay? And I know you're like, easier said than done, right? Well, the thing about this is you are very abundant, okay? You just don't see it, okay? Because you are constantly having to dig yourself out of what you feel like is an emotional hole or a mental hole. You don't feel that you have abundance, but you do, okay? Abundance comes in many forms. This may not be a tangible abundance as far as like financial, right? But you have abundance in this. If you look, they have animals, different kinds of things. You have abundance in people, contacts, wealth of friends, wealth of family, people who would like to help you, okay? And you may be that person who hates to reach out, you absolutely hate to ask for help, you hate to accept help when it's offered. You may very well be that person, right? But in this regard, you were given this abundance to utilize, okay? Utilize it to the best of its ability. There are so many people who are in similar positions, but they have nobody, okay? They would kill to have this type of abundance, right? So even though you may not have, the financial abundance, and that's part of what's kept you in here, can I make it on my own? Can I leave this job if I know I don't have, another one in my pocket that's better or just as good or whatever? All these fears that you have. But you have connections that might help you, get you through your hard times, give you support, get you connections for the job, for a place to stay, what have you, that a lot of people don't have. Utilize it, okay? You can pay them back in spades. Don't worry, they wouldn't give you their help if they didn't want to, okay? So realize that you do have abundance and that it is okay to use it. Be humbled and grateful by that, okay? And then you have to make that change. You're going to have to physically make the change. I mean, this is a beautiful change. If you look at it, it's beautiful, but you're going to have to push out of the way the negative in order to allow the positive. And again, you're going to have to be the one to make the change. No one can do it for you. They can offer their help. They can offer their couch for a place to stay. They can offer you a loan for some extra cash. They can offer their contacts to get you a job. They can do whatever, there is, but unless you are willing to say, I will take it, I will walk away, I will make the change, I will start believing in myself, trusting in my friends, trusting in what I've got, stop living a life of where I have to really just rebound every day from the day before, then nothing is really going to get better for you, okay? So you have to be willing to commit to taking that opportunity and making the change in your life. But once you do that, that is when it's going to open up for you to create the plan. Once you have gotten outside of this cycle here, okay? And this mindset, this is a huge mindset issue too, where you're in this, protective, hide in the closet, cover your head with covers at night, and just hope to make it through tomorrow kind of mentality. Once you've gotten out of that, once you're surrounded by people that are supportive and caring, and you're in a better place, and you've actually taken the time to physically, mentally, and emotionally get out of that and make that physical change, then you can start to create, okay? Create the path, create the plan, create the life that you want, okay, by design. That's when you actually get to start thinking about what it is that would make you happy, what it is that's everything this wasn't, right? Those big changes. And we're dealing with that, right? For a lot of us, we're coming out of a 15-year cycle, okay? You know, Pluto moved into Aquarius on January 20th, and that is like, I believe, a 21-year cycle that we're moving into. But it's out of a 15-year cycle, right? So everything is shifting. A lot of new changes, okay? Everybody's seeing that 555 number come up. We're seeing a lot of big changes, and people are getting the itch to make changes, and positivity is coming out of it. And this is what this is for you. This is the option to create your sense of happiness, joy. Stop living day to day where you just survive instead of thrive. Start designing the life you want, okay? And all of that is going to come back to restore the balance, the peace, the harmony, and the hope that you want, okay? It is all there for the taking. You're just going to have to really and truly realize, okay, I do have abundance. You know, maybe I haven't thought of it that way. Maybe I've just sat around and thought about the logistical part of it. I don't have money in the bank. I don't have a place to get away to. I don't have a job backup. But, you know, there are other forms of abundance that you can certainly use, that you do have, that some people would kill for, right? Really. Utilize those. Commit to making that change, right? And then move forward with that. Plan the life that you want. Think about it, plan it, and restore the balance that you really, really needed for some time, so that you don't have to sit here in a place of kind of just, you know, fear of doing anything, barely living, just trying to make it, okay? I think everything's going to work out beautifully for you. I think this new season and cycle is going to be really a good, positive one for you if you make this change. And I think everything's going to be really, really nice. I do see, you know, we have the number 3 popping up here a lot in the cards. So if that means something to you, we have a 38, a 35, a 39, a 32. So, and the 8 and the 9 are popping up a couple times here. So if those numbers mean anything to you, maybe March might be the month that you have some things going on big for you. But definitely keep pushing, keep moving forward. Do not give up. And the trust that you need to have first and foremost, that I know you're struggling with here, is the trust that you can do it yourself, the trust in yourself. So if you abandon trust in everybody else, do not struggle with the trust in yourself, and look to the people that you know you can trust. Friends, family, these are assets, okay? Abundance comes in many forms, so do remember that, all right? So I hope to see you back very soon, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.